The following short video is an outline of your sub pump system. But first, to understand the sub pump, you need to understand what feeds it. What other parts are there that you do not see? So some of the first things that we're going to show you are the outside drain tiles that actually feed the sub pump system. In this video, it's an outline of where the footings are going to be poured. You see some black pipes that are going to go between the outside and the inside of the basement walls. This is what's feeding the sub pump system. Now that the basement walls are poured, you see the drain tile on the outside of the basement around the footings. This takes in any water as the water table in your home rises and lowers. It ultimately brings this into the basement and then will dump into the sub pump crock, which it will be handled from there. Now that your basement is poured, our sub pump is installed, and there's a crock that is about 3.5 feet deep. This has the drain tile that you saw previously that empties into it. The white pipe that you see is coming from the drain tile, and the pump that you see is at the bottom. Now, to inspect your pump, the first thing that we want to do is disconnect it from the power, take a simple flathead screwdriver and remove the hose clamp at the bottom of the check valve. This will allow you to completely pull the pump right out of the crock. A couple of turns of a screwdriver and the pipe comes loose. We're going to pull the entire mechanism out of the crock, and we'll see the pump and the float. The float is the white bubble on the right hand side. As the water raises in the crock, the float comes up. As the water gets pumped out and the water goes down, the pump shuts off. If the pump happens to vibrate over to the side, this pump can get stuck, so this should be inspected on a regular basis. This pump has an issue, so we're looking at it, and there's a stone that's stuck in the bottom impeller. So we clear that out. Now we can put the pump in and it should work fine. So dropping it back down into the crock, hooking it up to the bottom of the check valve, plugging it back in, and it should work fine. Now that we remove the stone and we're putting the sub pump back in the crock, we're going to put the hose clamp on. We're going to attach the top of the sub pump pipe. We're going to tighten it down. Once this is done, you should reach down and activate the float to make sure that we don't have any leaks. Everything's operating and the water is being pumped out correctly. Understand, sub pump is a very important product in your home. It protects your basement. Water levels rise and lower due to nature in groundwater, and this is handled by the sub pump system. A backup sub pump is highly recommended that should be installed, especially if you finish your basement. Please check this on a regular basis. Springtime is a time when the water table is rising the most and is going to run more often. You want to make sure on the outside of your home that your sub pump line is carrying the water away from your home. It can be done in a number of fashions. Sometimes it goes into a storm drain. Other times your landscaper will handle. I hope this was helpful. Thank you.